You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hey, look! It's episode 293 of the Rusted Robot Podcast for Sunday, May the 31st, 2020.
X-Ray Delta 1, this is Mission Control. Roger, you're 1930.
Just what do you think you're doing, Dave?
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
All right, I'll take a shot at it. What the hell, it works on Star Trek.
There's a fleet of Star Destroyers coming out of hyperspace in Sector 4.
Ship, abandoned ship, all personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuit.
Come quietly or there will be trouble.
I am the law.
Put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply.
And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
And now we take a quantum leap forward.
Look out again! I'm your host, Sean, and with me today is Brother Robin. Say hello.
Hello.
How you doing, little buddy?
Oh, I'm exhausted. How are you?
I'm better than you, apparently.
Yeah.
Why are you so tired?
Because some of us work nights and we have no luck.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. What do you work nights doing? Are you...
I'm still transporting people and goods and services throughout the city of Timmins.
So we have Timmins' own Jason Statham, the transporter.
That's right.
My brother Robin.
That's right. That's me. Nice. And I worked late into the night last night. And
yeah.
I'm tired.
And then I woke you up.
And you woke me up.
I said, come on, brother, we got a podcast.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are.
We're podcasting.
We're podcasting.
For our listeners' entertainment pleasure.
That's right. I don't know how entertaining it'll be, but...
well, it's the two of us. How could it not be entertaining?
How could it not be? Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So how the hell are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, good.
Just got back from camp. It was a cold and rainy weekend.
It was.
We went anyway.
Yeah.
On the way home, we saw a bear on the side of the road.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Saw a bear.
Saw a bear. There's lots of bunny rabbits in the forest.
Oh, lots of bunny rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, other than that, not too much going on around here.
No.
Have you been consuming any pop culture as of late?
Is a little bit, as much as I can with the limited time that I have.
Oh, what have you been watching?
Well, the newest season of The 100 started back up there last week. So
oh, yes.
I'm
The 100.
We're 2 episodes in, so I've watched that.
Okay, how's that going?
It's a little confusing, not gonna lie.
I watched the heck out of season 1, and then I never could get back into it.
No,
No.
It's a good show. It's enjoyable. All kinds of wacky things are happening now. Netflix just released Space Force with Steve Carell.
Carell?
Yeah.
Carell? Yeah. So I wanted to watch that, but it just came out on Friday, and I've been at camp, so I didn't get to see it. How far are you into it?
I'm 3 episodes in.
And what do you think so far?
I think it has potential. It's pretty humorous, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I saw a few people on the old Facebook saying that, oh, this is crap, maybe season 2 will be better.
Well, I haven't finished season 1 yet, so I can't really tell you. But from what I've seen so far, I've enjoyed it.
Good. Okay, well that gives me hope, because I'm going to watch it eventually. I'm almost done season 2 of Final Space.
Oh, okay, yeah. Final Space is also good. Chookity Pow. Chookity.
Yes. I watched Into the Night.
Into the Night.
Yes, that's a Netflix original, and it's a 6-episode season 1 where the sun is killing people, and this group of people are on a plane, and they have to keep flying into the night.
Oh.
Hence the name of the show.
Into the Night.
Into the Night.
All right.
And it was entertaining. It was a filmed somewhere over there in Europe, so it was definitely dubbed.
Mm.
But it was entertaining, and I think I watched all 6 episodes in one sitting.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I just kept watching and watching.
Mm.
So I would recommend it.
You recommend?
Yes.
Okay.
Into the Night.
Into the Night.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, Netflix also released season 2 of the Trailer Park Boys animated series.
I remember seeing you watch that.
Yes. So I polished that right off last weekend and put that away, and that was
highly enjoyable.
Highly enjoyable. Always is.
Even though it was animated?
Even though it was animated.
Do you prefer the animated or the live action?
I prefer the live action, but the animated version allows for a little bit more shenanigans that you wouldn't get in live action. For example, Corey starts drinking paint
Can't do that in real life.
You can't do that in real life. So he drinks a whole can of paint, and then his skin turns blue, and then he's just trying to sweat it out, and he becomes all sorts of different colors because he's drinking different colors of cans of paint, and it was slightly ridiculous. But yeah, you can't do that in real life, so why not do that in the animated world, right?
What's better than animated shenanigans?
Offbeat shenanigans.
True enough. What was I going to say? I was going to say something, and I think I just kind of lost it right there.
Wow.
Speaking of drinking paint, I think that would kill you.
Yes. Most likely it would kill you.
This week, though,
don't drink paint.
Don't drink paint. That's your public service announcement from the Rusted Robot Podcast. I did not come across any celebrity deaths.
You didn't? No, I haven't seen anything.
I'm sure there probably were.
I'm sure there probably was. There's been a lot of death, though, this week, so...
Has there?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, with the riots and the...
Oh, yes.
The George Floyd situation there, and... Oh, my God. Yeah, it's...
A lot of political unrest?
Yes, you could say that. Cities are on fire, cities are burning. And
didn't a courthouse burn down?
Yeah, in Tennessee.
It was Tennessee, yes.
Tennessee
was
courthouse
was it in Nashville?
Yeah.
It was, It was right in downtown Nashville.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you shared that, and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, it's getting wild out there.
Scary times that we're living in.
Yeah. Doomsday.
Yes. Quite the scenario.
So, it's been...
a long road.
It's been,
Getting from there to here?
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
And last week, I guess last week was a bit of an emotional week for the world of professional wrestling.
Oh yes,
and,
you were you were telling me about that. Regale our listeners with the sad tale of your favorite wrestler.
Okay, well, it wasn't my favorite wrestler.
Oh
but
no, okay, I thought it was.
No. So how long was that? 23 years ago now. So. It marked, I think, the 21st or 22nd anniversary of Owen Hart's death.
Right where he fell from the thing?
Where he fell from the arena in Kansas City. And they also released Dark Side of the Ring about Owen Hart's final few days. I do implore everybody to watch these Dark Side of the Ring episodes. They're amazing.
Where can people find these?
You can find them on YouTube, Daily Motion. Just type in on Google, Dark Side of the Ring. There was one about the Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, if you will, a couple weeks ago. And they're all very, very interesting, and you get to learn a little bit more about those situations. So there was the Owen Hart anniversary, the Owen Hart episode, and then there was the death of Shad Gaspard, a former professional wrestler with WWE.
That was the guy in the ocean you were talking about?
He was swimming at Venice Beach with his son and his wife, and him and his son were in the water and got taken...
By the undertow?
Yeah, by the undertow, taken underneath. Lifeguards came out, and basically his last words were, "Save his son." And so they saved his son, and he got pulled under, and his body was washed up 2 days later.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah. So that was something.
What was his name?
Shad. Big Shad. Gaspard.
And he was
WWE? WWE. He was part of a tag team. His partner JTG, they were known as Crime Time.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I haven't really watched wrestling since the late 80s, early 90s, so I don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
But you're still way into it?
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard, but I'll still watch the important plot points.
Okay.
Of course. Mm-hmm. With watching wrestling with no crowd is
still weird.
Still weird.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on.
Yeah. It's out there.
It's out there for sure. Hey, before we continue, let's play a promo for another podcast right here on the ESO Network.
Hey everyone, this is Carrie the Metal Geek, and I would like to invite you to hang out with myself and my fellow metal geeks as we have all kinds of discussions about heavy metal, films and TV shows, video games, theme parks, comic books, and whatever else is tickling our geeks. Please visit our website at metalgeekspodcast.com and follow us on all the social medias including Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Metal Geeks. We are also proud members of ESO Network, so you can check everything out at esonetwork.com. Keep it metal, keep it geeky, stay safe, and see you on the next episode.
And isn't that a great podcast promo?
That's a super great podcast promo.
Did you check out the production values on that little teaser?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Polished. Really well done.
Yeah. I'm surprised they don't have more listeners than they do, actually.
Come on. What are you guys waiting for?
Go download that right now. So, let's talk about some other cool stuff.
Okay.
What do you got? You got anything else?
I got nothing.
You got nothing else?
I got nothing.
Well, there's a whole heck of a lot of casting news and rumors and whatnot.
Oh, I do got something.
You do got something?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, see, my mind is still trying to wake up here, so I'm trying to go through what I know and what I've seen and what I've read, but I do know what we're getting. We're finally getting it in 2021.
What is it?
Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League.
Oh yeah, isn't that a movie that failed miserably and came out about 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And so we're getting more of it.
We're getting more of it.
And it's on HBO Max.
HBO Max.
And they're spending $20 million on some reshoots and stuff.
Not that I don't know if they're doing reshoots.
No?
No.
Oh.
I didn't hear anything about reshoots, but supposedly we're getting Darkseid in this. We're getting a whole bunch more footage that we didn't see. Apparently it's a lot better. We're going to have Superman's mouth fixed.
Yes. It was that movie with the messed up mouth.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah. Justice League. Yeah, I know I saw it once and that was enough.
Yeah, it was. It was.
So let's spend $20 million and watch it again.
Yeah. I appreciated what they tried to do, but they rushed it.
Yes.
They rushed it just to try to catch up with Marvel and the Avengers, and
they never will.
And they never will, because I don't know what it is with DC. Their movies, for the most part, are always subpar, and they always fall flat.
Yes.
Aquaman was good. Wonder Woman was good.
Yep.
But Shazam even wasn't that bad.
It wasn't horrible. It wasn't great.
Horrible. But
I would have loved it if I was 15.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
A little bit old for enjoying it as much as I could have.
Yeah.
But it was decent.
But like their TV shows are good.
That's
usually.
what I wanted to ask you last week when you weren't on the show. Ruby Rose exiting Batwoman.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts? Well, she...
Because you probably watched all the episodes.
You know what? Actually...
I watched 3 or 4 and that was enough for me.
I watched up until the Crisis.
Yeah.
I watched, I think, 1 episode post-Crisis, and then I just fell behind. So I'm behind on Supergirl, Batwoman, Legends of Tomorrow. I caught up with The Flash. Like, I watched all that, but the other shows I'm behind on. As far as Ruby Rose goes, stepping out of that role, from what I understand, there could be more to it. I'm not saying this is the only reason, but the reason that I seen was because she didn't like to work the long shooting hours.
Right. And I heard she got hurt maybe or something.
Maybe, yeah. But my gripe with that is you've got a franchise that is behind you. You've got this juggernaut of a studio behind you. You know, Stephen Amell did it for 7 years, and you can't even do it for...
Who did it for 7 years?
Stephen Amell.
Oh, yes, Stephen Amell.
Hey, this is Stephen Amell, and you're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. I'm hanging with Sean and Bridget right now. They're telling me all about podcasts and general geekery and fun times in Northern Ontario, so keep listening.
You might remember him from such shows as Arrow.
Right, yes.
You know, I don't know.
And Code 8.
And Code 8. And he's got a whole bunch of other stuff that he's been out doing and promoting and whatnot. And good for him. But, one season and now you're done. Because of the long shooting hours. And then you're supposed to have a crossover. Because from what I understood, with the crossover for next year or this year or whatever, was supposed to be between, I think, Batwoman and Supergirl, or Batwoman and the new Superman, or something. So that was going to anchor a crossover. No, I can't do it because it's too long of hours. Get out of here.
So do you think they'll recast Kate Kane? Will it be a new character, or will they just pull an Aunt Viv from Fresh Prince and nobody will notice?
I guess it depends how they write the show. I mean, with the Crisis situation, they could very well just introduce a new Kate Kane. But, I don't know.
It's hard to know.
It's hard to know.
Maybe it'll be somebody from a different dimension who's a slightly different actress but looks the same.
Yeah, maybe.
You never know.
You never know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. speaking of TV shows in DC, also was released this past last couple of weeks. Stargirl, which I haven't watched yet.
Oh, that's come out now?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew it was coming eventually.
Yeah, it came out May 19th, I believe.
Huh.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
No, me neither.
Do you know anybody who has? It
No.
hasn't shown up on Facebook. There's no memes about it, so it's kind of gone under the radar.
It kind of has. From what I've heard, I didn't hear anything bad about it. I heard it was decent. So, but once again, I'll have to watch it myself. And
one of these days.
One of these days, yes.
Right on. Okay. Another thing from last week. I don't know if you listened to last week's episode where my co-host was my son Bishop.
I will apologize in advance, but no, I have not listened to it.
Okay. Well, near the end of that episode, I teased a brand new coming soon to a podcast app podcast near you. It's coming. It's coming soon.
Tell me more.
Okay. Well, there's 3 co-hosts. One of those co-hosts is me.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is Paul, and another one is Dan. Paul and Dan are from the UK.
Oh, yes.
Dan does the Temporal Trek podcast.
Right.
Which you should be listening to.
I do.
Yes, I know you do. I'm sure you do every Friday when it comes out.
That's right.
Well, coming soon to a podcast app near you is the Cosmic Pizza Podcast.
The Cosmic Pizza Podcast.
Yes, we were going to call it the Sci-Fi Pizza Podcast because it's a slice of life. But sci-fi is too narrowing and confining, so cosmic encompasses the galaxy, the universe, everything.
All, yes.
So, Cosmic Pizza Podcast. Paul sent me a, what do you call it? A teaser.
Oh.
And I'm going to play it right here.
Coming soon to a podcast near you.
The Cosmic Pizza Podcast, serving you a slice of life in every show, with 3 different co-hosts, bringing a starter and their own slice of entertainment, packing it into its own pizza box, and delivering it to your ears.
What do you think about that?
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. We've been talking about it for a few weeks, and this Wednesday coming up, we're going to record the first episode.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yes, it's very exciting. I think we're going to record a few of them before we actually release the thing.
Uh-huh.
But it's coming soon.
Coming soon.
And we're excited. And
you just can't fight it.
You can't fight it, and you can't hide it.
You can't.
It's the Cosmic Pizza Podcast. Like it on Facebook today. I think there's a Twitter. Dan said there's even a TikTok.
Oh God!
I don't know what TikTok is.
TikTok
other than
is
like Vine, maybe,
yeah,
like short videos.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I don't
It's
know.
dumb. Don't get started on the TikToks.
I didn't even.
You're not a 15-year-old girl.
I didn't get started on the Snapchats either.
Oh, good idea.
So I've got Twitter, I've got Instagram, and I've got Facebook.
That's enough.
And I'm good with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm an old man. I don't need any of that other crap. I'll tell you what.
So the Cosmic Pizza Podcast.
Yes. So
give me a slice of that.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to have a whole theme of toppings and side dishes and all kinds of stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll have you on as a guest sometime.
I would like to. Maybe we can talk Ninja Turtles.
Any topic goes, because it's the Cosmic Pizza Podcast.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
For sure. That sounds good.
The best part?
It's free.
Yes. And I don't have to edit the thing. Paul's going to do that, because I already edit the Rusted Robot Podcast and the Soulforge Podcast.
Yes, you do.
And Dan edits the Temporal Trek Podcast.
And I think now would be a good time to play a promo for the Soulforge Podcast.
You think so?
I think so.
Why not? It was Sean and the podcast about mankind. The Soulforge Podcast was a dream given form. Its goal? To prevent fear by creating a place where humans and aliens could work out their differences peacefully. It's a pod for all, with topics including love, loss, sex, dating, and so much more. Humans and aliens wrapped in the ESO network, all alone in the night. It can be a dangerous place, but it's our last best hope for peace. The year is 2020. The name of the place, Soulforge Podcast. That was a pretty good promo.
It was.
I recorded it myself.
You did.
Obviously.
I was there.
Yes, that's right. So that's a lot of fun. Another thing that I wanted to mention, we have a support page for the podcast. And this past week, loyal listener Timothy actually donated some coffees to the fund.
Oh, right on.
And anybody else who would like to donate can do that by going to coffee.com/rustedsoul. That website again is ko-fi.com/rustedsoul. And $3 is the minimum donation for a coffee, and you can donate it at one time or as many times as you like. There's no recurring things, so it's one and done.
Done.
You can just go back every month and do it, or do a whole bunch at once, whatever. And I just wanted to thank Timothy again for the donation. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Timothy.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
We do. So let's talk about some casting news.
Okay.
Because there's a whole heck of a lot of casting news
Is
to
there?
talk about. There, you know what? There really is.
Okay. You get us brought up to speed here.
I'm going to regale you with some casting news.
All right.
Okay, so according to We Got This Covered, which is a pretty shady website.
Yeah, I don't trust anything.
I don't trust anything they talk about, but they're saying that Rogue, as played by Anna Paquin, may appear in Captain Marvel 2 in order to get the mutants into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I don't think it'll be played by Anna Paquin, though.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think they're going to introduce an entire new...
Younger cast?
Younger cast. They might bring them in for, like, cameos or little, maybe, but I don't see...
You don't see her coming back or anything?
No. And I don't think she was a very good Rogue to begin with.
Why?
The X-Men movies were good, but at the same time, they had a lot of issues. And mostly in part because they didn't have the rights to do as much things as they wanted to, but as far as the X-Men movies go and what they're going to be doing and introducing them into the MCU, I don't know if that's how or when that's going to happen, but what I would like to see is why don't you just recreate the friggin' X-Men cartoon from the 90s? It had everything. It was perfect. It was almost a perfect TV show or cartoon show.
I watched the heck out of it.
Me too. And there is something that happens in that show that I've also read that might be happening in a future X-Men movie, which is going to include the Savage Lands.
I don't know what that is. Explain.
It's, okay, hold on here. Basically, I think it's somewhere in Antarctica, like almost like this weird separate spot, but it's where, I'm trying to remember his name. It's not Pterosaur, that's from Beast Wars. Tauron or Sauron, and there's a pterodactyl.
Is that the episode where Xavier could walk?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, because he was in the different place.
Yeah, and the mutants lose their powers, and for some reason Xavier could walk.
I vaguely remember that from about 27 years ago.
Yeah, so there's been talk about doing that for a movie with the Savage Land and something, and Magneto, and...
all kinds of options.
There's all kinds of options.
You just have to wait and see.
Yes, but I would like to see Rogue show up and zap Captain Marvel and take her powers.
Yeah?
Absolutely, I would.
Why is that?
Because, well... Nobody likes Brie Larson as Captain Marvel?
Oh, nobody?
Not really.
Oh.
Not a big fan.
So...
Even I'm not a big fan.
You're not a big fan
No.
of Brie Larson?
Not.
What they should have done was got Allison Brie.
Yes.
If they were going to do any kind of Brie, Allison Brie Larson. Right? Yes. Oh, maybe. No, probably not.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, well, I guess we just have to wait and see what's going to happen.
That's right.
Okay.
A lot of waiting.
Yes.
We should have already watched Black Widow, but no, we still got to wait.
Right, because that COVID thing
That
happened.
damn COVID situation.
I'll tell you. Well, here we got something else in comic book casting.
Okay.
We've got an article that says, after news of Zack Snyder's Justice League stunned many DC comic fans, the hits just keep on coming, as now it appears that Henry Cavill will once again reprise his role as Superman in future projects for Warner Brothers Pictures.
Oh my goodness.
So this is according to comicbook.com, which is more reputable.
Okay.
And they say they've learned that he'll reprise his role as Clark Kent, though for now a sequel to Men in Black is not currently in the works.
Men in Black.
Man of Steel. Did I say Men in Black?
You did.
I totally did. Yeah. Okay. A sequel to Man of Steel.
Thank you.
Not Men in Black. It's the same amount of letters in the same amount of order. So I don't know what I was doing there. I didn't sleep well last night.
Clearly.
It was cold in the trailer. It sounds like Cavill's Superman will operate in a similar capacity to Marvel's use of Nick Fury and the Hulk, appearing in films for a supporting role or even smaller cameos. The future of Cavill's Superman has not yet been fully decided, and it sounds like Warner Brothers and DC are still figuring out where the character best fits in upcoming films.
Good, just give the mantle of Superman back to Brandon Routh now, and we can carry on from Superman Returns with the post-crisis situation. Good, let's go.
Is that what you want?
Sure, why not?
Okay. All right, we could do that. In other casting news, Mark Hamill is coming out of voice actor retirement to play Skeletor in Netflix's Masters of the Universe.
That's cool. Gotta love Skeletor.
And we like Mark Hamill.
And we love Mark Hamill.
That's Luke Skywalker. He's here to rescue you. Not Skeletor, but Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
That's different.
That's totally
same guy, but different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got that.
And you also may know Mark Hamill from voicing the Joker as well.
Yes, I do know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we've got J.K. Simmons is signed on for multiple MCU appearances as J. Jonah Jones. Blah blah blah. Say that word for me. I'm not.
J. Jonah Jameson.
That's the one.
That's good news. That makes me feel good.
Because if there's anybody who looks like him, it's him.
Oh, he nailed that character. I'm sorry. There's been no better casting in a comic book movie.
Although there is a guy at my work. He retired this past year. He looked more like J. Jonah blah blah than J.K. Simmons.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. But he says J.K. Simmons left quite an impression on audiences with his portrayal of J. Jonah Jameson in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy.
Yes, he did.
It was for that reason that fans were shocked and ecstatic to see him in a cameo at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home. Now Simmons has confirmed that he has signed on for subsequent MCU appearances to further menace Tom Holland's friendly neighborhood web slinger. So that is exciting news.
That is very exciting news.
Because if there's one thing Marvel can do, it's cast a character.
Yes.
So
Marvel has never really...
Other than Rhodey, that whole debacle.
Yeah, the Rhodey debacle. Yeah.
But that was early days.
Yes.
So we can forgive them a little bit for that.
We can forgive them a little bit for that, yeah. Yes. But generally, they knock it out of the park with their casting. And bringing back J.K. Simmons was...
You were going to say J.K. Rowling.
I was. But I didn't.
Because we don't talk about Harry Potter on this podcast.
No, we don't.
I bet Kitty would if she was here. Remember Kitty?
I remember Kitty.
From Jump City Comic Books.
Yes, Jump City Comics.
The wife of my regular co-host, Josh.
Yes.
Who I haven't seen in months because of this whole situation. And I've been trying to put out content for the listeners with different co-hosts and trying to get the stuff going. And it's been a real struggle.
It has been a struggle.
And now with my camping weekends, I have to do it after I get back.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully you're not working.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. So, the life of a podcaster.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
It is a tough one for sure. And if you'd like to know more about the tough life of a podcaster, actually, you can listen to episode 151 of the Soulforge podcast, where Dan and Paul and I talk, and I called it Mighty Morphin Podcast Rangers, and it's the lowest downloaded episode because of the title, I think. Because
Really?
people probably thought it was about Power Rangers.
Oh.
I just thought it was a clever title.
It's clever.
But, yeah.
Power Rangers was a popular thing. I don't know why...
Because it doesn't really go with the life, the universe, and everything theme of Soulforge.
You're true. You're very true.
So,
yeah, I guess it does not.
No, it does not. So yeah, there's that. Now, I think we have to talk about some real life issues, because that's all I have for casting news, other than the fact that we mentioned that Tom Ellis has been officially signed on for season 6 of Lucifer.
No.
We talked about it before recording.
Yes.
Not on the actual
Not
recording.
on the actual recording.
So that's good.
That is good.
Tom Ellis is back.
Tom Ellis is back.
For season 6.
For season 6 of Lucifer.
On Netflix.
On Netflix.
It's very exciting.
Very, very exciting. Good
yeah.
show.
He's a good actor.
He is.
Yes.
Lucifer's fun.
Very fun. Okay, so one of my favorite movie franchises.
Oh, okay, I know where we're going.
Do you know what one of my favorite movie franchises is?
Yes, sir.
It's Star Trek, but that's not what I'm talking about.
That's not what you're talking about.
What's my other one?
You're talking about, or you're referring to, Planet of the Apes.
Correct, sir. Yes. I got a fun article here.
I don't know. This article killed me.
Right? You might have even shared it.
I did.
Okay, and that's how I saw it.
Because I shared it with the caption, Apes alone weak. Apes together strong.
Yes, yeah. Yes. And if there's one thing I like, it's Apes together strong. So the article is called Monkeys Escape Lab.
You're on the ball today, brother.
I'm failing miserably as a reader. Good thing I finished university and I graduated.
Good thing.
And I have a dead-end job now, so I'm well secure in that.
You made some good life choices.
Take 2. Monkeys escape lab with COVID-19 samples in Planet of the Apes raid. Yeah, I laughed and I was like, no, it can't be serious.
No, that's the first thing I did too. I read the friggin' article and I said, okay, come on, let's see.
Well, I'm going to read the friggin' article here for our listeners.
Okay.
In case they didn't go to the Facebook page.
This is almost exciting as like Florida Man news.
Yes.
But like a little bit better.
That's right. India is grappling with an incident straight out of a movie after several monkeys raided a laboratory and escaped with COVID-19 tainted blood samples in hand. The incident happened at a medical college in Meerut, a city in the Uttar Pradesh area of northern India on Tuesday, according to officials. Monkeys grabbed and fled with the blood samples of 4 COVID-19 patients who are undergoing treatment, Dr. S.K. Garg, a top official at the college, told Reuters. He added that it's unclear whether the tubes of blood had been spilled. Garg also urged calm amid fears that the monkeys might spread the coronavirus around Meerut. No evidence has been found the monkeys can contract the infection, he said. The monkeys attacked the lab technician and grabbed the samples, the Times of India reports. One of the monkeys was seen eating a surgical glove, according to NDTV. Twitter users quickly compared the incident to science fiction stories such as Planet of the Apes and 28 Days Later, in which monkey test subjects release a virus that wipes out most of humanity. And now we're living the prequel to the Planet of the Apes, one user tweeted. 2020 just keeps on giving. Can't figure out if we're living in Contagion, 28 Days Later, or Planet of the Apes, added another user. And the article continues to say, the coronavirus is already loose in most countries, including India, which has more than 165,000 confirmed cases and 400 deaths. It's believed that the virus originated in bats and was later passed to humans, perhaps through an intermediary animal at a wet market in Wuhan, China. So we all know that part. But yeah, like, I read that and I'm like, this is one heck of a year.
It is, isn't it?
Like, anything that can happen will happen. The only thing we haven't had yet is Godzilla and aliens. And the year's not half over yet.
No. We're hitting the halfway mark.
I do think aliens are more likely than a Godzilla attack.
Yes. So do I.
But it's you can't do anything but laugh.
It's true. It's true.
What other choice is there?
We've got murder hornets.
World War III was averted.
World War III.
Australia was on fire.
On fire, yeah. Australia's on
and then
fire.
The COVIDs, and then the murder hornets, and now the riots, and the racial tension, and the continuation of the corona stuff. We got monkeys on the loose.
Monkeys on the loose.
It's a crazy time that we're living in.
I thought, and the funniest thing is, I thought we legalized weed. Why isn't everybody more relaxed and chilled?
Yeah.
Everybody just needs to smoke a joint.
Mellow out, people.
Mellow out.
Yeah.
Like, gosh.
Like, what the hell?
I don't know. It's, this has been, I don't know. Like, I've just, and another thing I've been noticing, and I've been just noticing and observing things, and I'm not gonna name names, obviously, but over the course of this year, I've noticed all this stuff happening. But then there's the little things happening, such as couples breaking up that have been together for years and years, and now all of a sudden they're not together anymore.
Is that a thing that you've
That's
noticed?
a thing that I've noticed.
Like,
there's a whole bunch of them.
Like people you know personally, or famous couples?
People I know.
Oh,
personally. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's just there's so much happening that it's just. Yeah.
Well, for instance, local controversy in Timmins.
Oh yes.
Which I'm hoping to talk about on this week's Soulforge.
Maybe you should invite them on the show. Maybe
I thought about that.
You should. Yeah,
but nobody can contact them because, well, it says contact us on Facebook when you call their number, but when you go to Facebook, they're all shut down.
Oh,
so
they shut her down.
They shut her down.
So
I don't know his name, but her name is Jess. They own the Pure Addiction Tattoo Studio here in town, and in the last few weeks they started up a video podcast because they thought they were clever, and I'm like, no. And I watched some of it, and I was like, that's ridiculous. It's not very good. I do better podcasts than that.
They obviously did something right because they went viral.
They did. They did something right when they decided to fat shame people, and they kept digging a hole.
Yeah, they did.
Like, I guess one of their listeners asked a question: would you rather be 60 pounds or 600 pounds? And then the girl, Jess, she's more of a flighty twit than anything. But the dude, her husband, or whoever that guy is, he's just tearing larger people apart. And he just kept saying it. He's had like 4 different examples.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to witness a little bit of that. And
It was awful.
Yeah.
And they weren't giving anybody their deposits back for their tattoos, and they've lost a lot of likes on their Facebook page, apparently, from what I hear. And everybody is pretty upset.
Yeah.
As they should be.
As they should be.
Because you don't say that when you're trying to run a business.
No.
Keep your opinions to yourself.
Yeah. No, that's...
He said something about fat people are like rhinoceroses, and they need to shop at the tarp store for their clothes. Just stuff like that. It was...
What are we, 12?
Right?
Like...
Right. It was not good. So that's going to be this week's topic on Soulforge, I'm thinking.
Yeah, they were attacking other people too, weren't they? I think I heard something about that they were talking about they were making fun of delivery drivers or something, or people that park in the metro parking lot altogether or something.
Oh, that wasn't in what I had seen. But
no, but I was reading about it. There was a whole bunch of stuff, so it wasn't just a fat shaming, but I mean...
They've got a lot of opinions.
Yeah, and maybe they should keep them to themselves.
Yes, and that guy is a pretentious D-bag who thinks he's better than everybody. You could just tell.
You could tell, yeah.
And he's got one of those stupid beards. You know, like a lot of people who have those beards can carry it off, but this guy, he just looks ridiculous.
It's literally a square.
Yeah.
It's a square beard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like ironed or curled or whatever, straightened.
Yeah.
Straight down. Not a look I would go for.
No.
I don't know what's up with the sun or the glasses either.
Oh yeah, he had the flip-up glasses.
The flip-up glasses. Well, you're filming indoors, you jackass. Take the things off.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. So.
Bright lights of the studio, you know.
Yeah. I don't get it. But they had fun doing it.
They had fun doing it. Well, I'll have fun trying to, you know.
And they obviously didn't run it by anybody before they released it.
Clearly.
Because, hey, you think you should release this? Because there are a lot of large people that are in town, because that's the society we live in.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of people who care about those people. And you just don't say those things.
No.
Because it's not the 80s anymore. You can't do that.
No, exactly.
So really...
And what, are you going to tell a larger person that, no, you can't come into my shop and get a tattoo?
That's pretty much what they
pretty much what
were
they
implying.
Yeah.
They didn't want to see them.
Yeah.
Because they were grossed out. Like, really? That's awful.
Yeah, it is.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's not good business ethics.
Definitely not. Moving right along,
yeah.
Into real life things.
Okay.
Bob and Doug go to SpaceX.
Oh, Bob and Doug go to SpaceX. Bob and Doug did the most smartest thing, and they took a rocket and got the hell off this planet.
Yes, sir, they did. Okay, so what the big deal is they were supposed to leave on Wednesday.
That's right.
But they actually left on Saturday.
Yes.
Because the weather.
Weather issues,
So they postponed. But the big thing is it's not a Russian or a NASA rocket.
No.
It's Elon Musk's SpaceX Crew Dragon.
Yes.
And this is the first time that a private company has launched individuals into space. Earlier today, they got docked to the space station.
Oh, good.
So that was successful, and they're going to be there for like 10 days. And they did a manual docking because it's a test and to make sure everything goes properly. Even though the ship can dock itself, they wanted to make sure that it could be okay. So Elon Musk was super emotional about the whole thing. He was super happy, and he's been waiting 18 years for this day, and it finally came true. And everybody here in Canada, of course, even though the astronauts are Americans, they're having a lot of fun with it because Bob and Doug are
Bob and Doug McKenzie,
famous Canadian hosers, beer-drinking hockey fans from the 70s. Explain more, because I don't know who they are. I just know...
You want me to explain more?
Yeah.
From the 70s?
Yeah.
I came around in the 80s, bud.
I know. But you know about hockey and beer, so I figure you know about Bob and Doug.
Didn't they have an old show?
Maybe.
I think they had an old show.
I thought you would know.
Dude.
You don't know?
I remember Bob and Doug. I know there was a Bob and Doug something. Maybe it was a radio show. I don't know. But there was a Bob and Doug, and it was Canadian, and there was a lot of, things on the A and the hoot and the boots. And,
Yeah. Okay,
so... a bunch of hosers, eh?
That's right.
Yeah.
So according to Wikipedia, Bob and Doug McKenzie are a pair of fictional Canadian brothers who hosted Great White North, a sketch.
That's right,
Great
White North.
Introduced on SCTV for the show's third season when it moved to CBC Television in 1980. Bob is played by Rick Moranis, and Doug is played by Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's. No, not that Dave Thomas, I bet. Although created originally as filler to both satisfy and mock network Canadian content demands, the duo became a pop culture phenomenon in both Canada and the United States. So that's who they were.
Yeah. And the astronauts just happened to be named Bob and Doug.
Yes. Different last name. And they were
Different
brothers.
Yeah.
But that's why.
But if you're Canadian and you hear, hey, Bob and Doug, eh? Well, that's kind of that goes hand in hand, which I think is what you were actually trying to loop around to.
Yes.
But, yeah.
So the duo revived the act in 2 award-winning television commercials for Pizza Hut in 1984 and 86, and a 2-year campaign for the Molson Brewing Company in 99 and 2000, consisting of more than a dozen television and radio commercials, which aired naturally in the U.S., and also a series of commercials for Mr. Lube, which aired in Canada in 2002. Featured as a sponsor of the 2-4 anniversary, a series of Red Cap Ale commercials featured the duo in 2007, along with collectible stubbies featuring the characters on the bottles. So that's very exciting.
Yeah.
So those are not astronauts.
No.
No, those are
actors.
Actors, fictional Canadian icons.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was a lot of fun. People are making fun of it. All the memes are all over the place.
All over.
And it's a thing that I knew very tangentially, and so did you, apparently.
Well, if you read the dates in the 80, 85, and 86, I was just being born in 86. So my recollection of the Bob and Dougs would be very, very minimal.
But you could have gone back and looked at all that stuff.
You didn't give me enough time to go back and look at all that stuff before we went on the air here.
No,
you woke me up and said, hey, brother, we're doing a podcast. Get up. And here's Bob and Doug.
Throughout the course of your life, you may have...
I've seen commercials and maybe a couple of the skits back in the day, but come on. Like,
yeah, you're not
how am I supposed to know that I was going to be studying and talking about the Bob and Doug McKenzie thing on May 31st, 2020? Like, how am I supposed to know that?
I guess 2020 was not hindsight.
I guess
or
not.
however that goes. Hindsight was not 2020. I don't know.
Something.
I guess you never saw that coming. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it for my articles.
Okay.
What else do you got?
You
got it? Did you buy any collectibles recently?
Actually, I kind of did.
Oh, yes, you did.
I kind of did.
Has it come in yet?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, I never saw it.
No, you never saw it?
No.
Oh, it's here.
Oh, you have to tell me after.
I'll show you all about it.
Yes, talk to our listeners about it.
Talk to our listeners.
What did you buy?
What did I buy? I bought a WWE Stone Cold Steve Austin Smoking Skull replica championship belt.
And? Does it look official?
Yeah.
The guy who you bought it from made it?
No, he didn't make it.
Oh, okay.
No, it was from like the WWE.
So it's officially licensed?
Yeah.
Okay, not like a replica that somebody made themselves.
No, it's an actual... Yeah.
Okay.
An actual replica. Yeah.
That you would buy from WWE.com or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
WWEshop.com.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Are they our new sponsor?
Sure.
An affiliate?
They could be.
Yes.
Probably not. But
No. Okay.
yeah, so that's what I bought.
And is it awesome?
Yeah, it's super awesome.
Is it better than you expected? Is it heavy?
It's got some weight to it, yeah.
Are you going to take naked pictures with it again,
I
like
might.
you did with the other things?
Yeah, I might. Yeah. Why not?
Okay. As long as you don't get kicked off Facebook again for it.
I never got kicked off Facebook.
Then they take.
They took down the Red Hot Chili Pepper one.
Oh right.
The other ones were fine. All the other pictures were fine. The one with the fanny pack, the one with the championship belt, the towel, all okay.
But having a sock cover your Johnson was inappropriate.
Apparently, a sock covering the Johnson was just the limit. It was too much.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. You couldn't see anything, so I don't know. Yeah. So.
Okay. Awesome. And what are you going to do with this belt besides nothing? Are you going to wear it around town? Are you going to wear it when you're driving the cab?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, the plan is for me to gift it to my daughter for her grade 8 graduation.
Oh, yes. What is happening with grade 8 graduations since there is no school? How is that working out?
From what I know, all that will be postponed until the fall.
Okay. It's a very weird year.
Yeah. It's super strange times.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Me neither. All right. We got anything else to talk about? Or we're going to wrap this show up?
Let's see. Do I have anything else to talk about? Let me just take a quick second here.
Because I'm pretty sure I don't, but you never know.
Oh, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. returned?
Did it?
Yep.
And what happened?
I haven't watched it again.
Oh.
but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. returned. Oh, they found a bizarre metal skull.
Oh, yes. I never read that article. What was it about? Did you read it?
Yeah, I shared it.
Because you shared it, and I meant to read it, but I never did, so maybe you could read it to our listeners before we go.
Okay, so this bizarre metal skull was found on Maine Beach. Most skulls that are discovered nowadays are maybe at most a couple of 100 years old, but what really shocked the world about this certain skull is that it wasn't bony in the slightest. It was actually completely made out of metal.
Ooh. And
a lot of buzz has been going on around in Sea Point Beach in Maine when this skull was dug up by a random group of travelers. The Kittery Police Department took over the whole ordeal for a while in order to make sure that the skull wasn't needed for any police investigation, and that most importantly, in order to legitimize this whole operation before it goes all over the news. Luckily, it did reach the news sooner than expected, but for different reasons. The all-metal skull was immediately ruled out as a natural finding, but the real question now is who might have actually made this in the past and why exactly? Researchers have been unable to discern just how ancient this is, but according to them, this is definitely way before humans even came up with the idea of robotic enhancements. And then it just goes on about a little bit of crap, but yeah, so a weird metal skull was found, no idea what it belongs to or why it was there.
Terminators, that's how you get Terminators.
That's how you get Terminators.
They went back in time a little bit too far.
Yeah, maybe.
And its power cell ran out, and it landed on the beach, and whatever.
Yeah, who knows?
Or maybe it's not that old. Got to carbon date that thing.
Got to carbon date it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well that's exciting to end on speculation of a strange metal skull that may or may not be ancient.
That's right.
Right on. Well, thanks for being a co-host this week, brother.
Oh, you're welcome.
Don't forget to check out the
I'll take my usual payment of a coffee for my services.
Of course. Naturally.
Yeah.
Check out all the podcasts that we talked about.
Yeah.
Soulforge Podcast, Rusted Robot Podcast, Cosmic Pizza Podcast when it comes out in a month, and the podcast that I played the promo for earlier in the episode.
And the future upcoming podcast of mine.
What are you doing?
I have no idea yet.
Oh, I'm excited.
I just may or may not get back into the podcast life, but we'll see what happens.
It's very exciting. We'll do that Pop Culture Police podcast.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
Yes. Yes. Anyway, listeners, thanks for coming by. Thanks for listening. Thanks for donating and supporting and leaving reviews and all the things that you do because you're awesome. But until next time, take care and remember, Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Rusted Robot Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit therustedrobot.podbean.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Rusted Robot Podcast is your best source for geek-style pop culture news.
I could do this all day.
Good day and welcome to the Great White North. I'm Doug
No,
McKenzie.
that's
This is
my
brother
job.
Bob. Okay, so today's
our topic
is
my
space.
Our topic is snow roots.
No, it's space. All right, I'll do space real quick. And
I'll
then
do
leave
snow.
time for
I'll
you
do
to
snow
do
root.
snow root.
Okay, stop it.
Wait.
Snow root.
I'll do space first. So, like, I want to know, is like the Canadians made like the space arm for the shuttle, eh? Well, I'd like to know, like, can you use it to open a beer? And can you use it to hold the beer and then, like, bring it up to your mouth? I think if it was designed in Canada, eh, it's got to be able to open a beer, which means those guys that go up there, the astronauts, are, like, having a beauty time up there with that arm.
Okay, now you tell me. Okay, there's no gravity up there. The beer goes flying up.
So then you just hold your head over it, eh?
Yeah,
It
but
goes
you got
right
a
up in your
helmet
mouth.
on. Okay, you tell me
Open the door to
whose
your
topic is better, okay? Okay, my topic's snow roots, okay? Like
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Jose.
our van got towed away, $50, eh, for parking a snow route. My topic is if there's no parking on a snow route and the plow comes through and it's lunch, how does the plow stop and have lunch? Because they're parked there.
Nice topic, eh? So, you be the judge.
Yeah, you.
Who won, eh? Him or me?
I
the
did.
hose head or the guy with the, like,
Oh, he
topic
thinks it
of
just
the
because,
future.
yeah, topic of the future. He thinks that just because he's in outer space that everyone thinks it's like Star Wars.
That's
It's
right.
not.
It is.
It's not like Star Wars.
It was better than Star Wars.
Take
'cause
off.
It was
It is-
real.
It was not.
People know about the
Everyone
army.
has snow roots. No one goes to space except
I'd like the arm to
Star
come around
Wars.
right now and like grab him by the
Take
collar
off.
and pick him up and throw him off the set.
Okay,
eh?
we had 2 topics, and there's both of them for today. Mine was better. So good day.
Yeah, good day, eh? Well, nice going.
Yeah.
You shouted all the way through my topic, and we'll see.
Dumb topic. Space arm.
Wait till we talk to Cavill, then he'll tell you that my topic was better.
The Crew Dragon capsule is the spacecraft that houses the crew. It is replacing the Cargo Dragon capsule that was previously used on SpaceX resupply missions to the International Space Station.
The Dragon spacecraft that we'll be using to carry astronauts to the space station and bring them home is really a 21st century spaceship.
My first impression of the inside of Crew Dragon, I was amazed. It's obviously a modern space vehicle. It's a very sleek design inside, very comfortable. The seats are actually car racing seats, so the safety factors go up considerably.
We've flown Crew Dragon already to the space station and back. We subsequently made a lot of changes, improvements, but we also just have to be absolutely paranoid about safety.
Well, the experience of training in an accurate capsule with a spacesuit is invaluable.
Bob and Doug wore their spacesuits in the simulation because we want training to be as flight-like as possible for them.
SpaceX Dragon, we are ready to pressurize.
When you have all your equipment on, it allows you to get more comfortable in a situation. So the more you can train in those suits, the better you'll be on the real day.
It's exciting to see, modern components in a spacecraft.
You get very used to the shuttle, the 2,000 switches, circuit breakers, the seats. It's not the most comfortable vehicle to fly in.
For those of us who've been living with switches from the 60s for all these years, to see a modern interface is something that's pretty exciting.
SpaceX Dragon, we've got 2 good LEDs.
Copy all, Dragon.
Some of the great innovations that we've made, we have these wonderful touch screens, so you can see everything that's going on in the vehicle. You can get all the data that you need about the vehicle, and you can also control the vehicle all from these touch screens.
The gloves are compatible with the touchscreen. It's imperative because there are operations you need to do with the gloves on.
Our tablets are updated.
The Dragon capsule is almost completely automated, so it should be able to fly the entire flight without us intervening at all if everything goes normally. And I think it's the way of the future with vehicles. I mean, we see that now with cars, we see it with airplanes, and this is just the next logical step.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.